The following is a CSPN Media podcast presentation.
Let me tell you who deserves a shot in the United States. Let's hear it. I'm the champion. I ought to know. You know, I've been sizing up guys since I came to the WCW. And I think the one guy that stands out the most, the guy that I think has earned a title shot, El Dandy, I think you're a heck of a wrestler. You're a great technician in the ring, and you're a jam-up guy. I don't see any reason.
Wait a minute. El Dandy has been wrestling in the cruiserweight division here.
He's a great wrestler.
Great wrestler, but thank goodness sakes, it's 50 pounds.
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? This guy's a serious professional.
Well, let's talk about some serious
How about hypnosis? Let's get to
Psychosis.
whatever. He's a great wrestler, you know.
Hello, and welcome to episode 236 of the WrassleCast. I'm your host, Don Delarente, and I'm joined by my SmackDown Matters correspondent, Miss Didi Jonet.
Hey.
What's going on, friend?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm good. How's your second week back from Parts Unknown? Are you back into the swing of things?
It's a beautiful thing. As soon as I got back, everybody else in my office left. So it's like I'm still on vacation.
Don't you like it when a plan comes together?
That was beautiful. Could not have plotted this out better if I wanted to.
Tonight, we are joined by a very special guest, none other than Miss Alexis Littlefoot. What's going on, Littlefoot?
What to do?
How you doing?
I'm great.
Catch the people.
How are you?
Oh, we're great here at the WrassleCast. You're the one that's, all up in the celebration with Johnny Gargano, all up by the ramp, at SmackDown, sending out pictures of the New Day, cutting their opening promo.
Well, it's crazy because nobody sent pictures of me on SmackDown, so I don't even believe nobody saw me. People told me they saw me, but I don't believe it.
Let the people know they can follow you on Twitter and all that good stuff. Do some promotion. You know what to do.
Yeah, Twitter, IG, Young Littlefoot, YUNG. And AlexisLittlefoot.com. As always.
All right, so as always, we're always glad to have you as a special guest here on the WrassleCast. The WrassleCast can be found on the CSPN each and every week. You can find the CSPN on the web at cspn.us. So, ladies, we'll talk about some news, and some first bit of news took place over in New Japan Pro Wrestling over this past weekend, as Chris Jericho issued a challenge to their champion, Okada, for his IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And this match will take place in June at their Dominion show. So Chris Jericho doing whatever he wants to do in the world of professional wrestling. AEW, New Japan. He's going to wrestle Kenny Omega on May 26th, and then in about 2 weeks later, he's going to wrestle Okada. He's just amazing. Vince McMahon scored an XFL TV deal with Fox and ABC and ESPN. The way this will work is they won't be paying Vince to air his programming. They'll basically be producing the shows, and then Vince can sell the commercials. So that's how he'll make his money, is off whatever TV ads they get. So the better the TV ads, the better the money for the XFL. And the AEW reportedly will announce a deal with Turner Sports next week, and it's believed that AEW will begin airing on TNT starting in the fall.
Bring that old thing back.
Yeah. So I don't know what night they'd go in this thing on, but if they were smart, they'd probably choose Thursday.
Shit. When is the way 205 Live doing is it's how long is the show supposed to be?
It'd be like an hour. Because you got to figure if Monday's Raw, you don't want to go up against that. Tuesday's SmackDown. Well, actually, SmackDown's going to be moving to Friday in the fall.
What?
Yeah, when SmackDown goes to Fox, it's going to be on Friday.
So it's going to be live on Friday, or are they going to film it
No, it's
film
going to be. It's still going to be live on Friday.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody. Come on.
I bet you more people will have more time than you think.
I mean, I'm thinking about live shows. Live.
Oh, right. You mean like actually attending the shows?
Yeah, I know. Shit.
Well, I don't know. By the time you get out, SmackDown, it's only 2 hours. It's not Raw.
It's 3 hours if you count.
Oh, yeah. I forgot 205 Live.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. If you see the amount of... Did y'all watch 205 Live?
No.
If you would have seen the amount of people that it went from SmackDown and then 205 Live started, and it was bad. I was like, damn. 205 Live needs to just go ahead and move to Full Sail and just...
Yeah, if it moved to Full Sail, it would be off the chain.
Yeah, that was not getting it. The entire arena left.
What was the highlight match? There's always a fucking gem of a match on every show.
Well, the no DQ match, Tozawa and what's his name, Mike Kanellis.
Okay,
that was fire.
Okay,
that was fire.
When SmackDown came to the arena that I work at, the match on 205 Live was Cedric Alexander and Buddy Murphy for the 205 Live for the Cruiserweight title.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I had no idea that Buddy Murphy was not Cruiserweight champion anymore. That's how much 205 Live I do not watch.
Yeah, Tony Nese snuck him here at the what was that? What was the last big pay-per-view? WrestleMania.
What was it? How? Where was I at during that match?
Say no to pre-shows. You're probably the same place Miss Didi Jonay was, not watching.
Oh. I watched the pre-show. That's what it is.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was during the pre-show.
Yeah, I must have been looking away or something.
Yep, hit him with the running niece, and he's your new Cruiserweight champion. Yeah, but if you do just want to watch just some really good matches, watch 205 Live. It is.
Ain't nobody watching really 205 Live, especially as Tony Nese is champion. Nobody's watching it. I don't think 205 Live has gotten as many views since Enzo was champion, and that says a lot.
What do you feel about your man showing up in ROH, jumping the rail? You heard about that WrestleMania weekend?
Yeah, people are going apeshit crazy, and I'm like, it's a work. And they want everybody swore up and down that it wasn't. And I'm like, it's a fucking work, I promise you.
It's the way they played it up.
Yeah, apparently they were supposed to come through Wildcard Mania, and then last minute, Kaz was like, I can't come. Big Cass was like, I can't come. And then of course Enzo got booed off stage. So that was weird. And then the very next night they show up in Ring of Honor. Like, come on now. Or 2 nights later, I should say. Like, come on now. Obviously a work.
We'll see, because they got a lot of heat, and a lot of people are not happy with ROH with this.
Who cares? Why? What's it hurting? I'm telling y'all now, if y'all went to WrestleCon, Enzo Amore's line was wrapped around the entire WrestleCon. So y'all can boo this man, whatever, say his music sucks, which it does kind of suck. But hey, people still love Enzo and Cass, and they didn't really live to their fullest potential on either roster. So I can't understand it. Wrestling fans are so petty when it comes to that type of stuff.
I think the word that Daniel Bryan would use would be fickle.
I was going to say it. I just feel weird saying that word.
So we'll get into Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon comes out, but he's quickly interrupted by Roman. Vince tells Roman that he better not Superman punch him again and that he doesn't even belong here. Roman says that Vince and his kids lied to the fans and he won't take their orders anymore. He listens to the WWE Universe. Vince says that he won't allow this to happen because others will follow. And then Daniel Bryan arrives. Daniel Bryan says that ever since he was robbed of the WWE title, he's been in solitude. He was searching for answers, and when he heard that the big dog was coming to Raw, he showed up to have a meeting with Vince. Kofi Kingston then shows up. Michael Cole's trying to sell it like, oh, they don't even work here. They don't belong here. Kofi says that Daniel Bryan could have come to him with his issues. Bryan calls Kofi an undeserving champion who won via a fluke. Daniel then calls Kofi a pancake-throwing novelty act. Vince then says they should make a WildCard rule, where 3 stars from SmackDown could come to Raw at any time and vice versa. Drew McIntyre now arrives and says that this isn't SmackDown Presents Raw. He claims that Roman ran off to SmackDown to avoid him. Vince then books Roman versus Drew and Kofi versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE title tonight. Vince claims he's brilliant. AJ Styles then arrives. AJ basically asks Vince, what is he doing? Vince plays up the wild card. AJ calls it very convenient that Roman is now here to watch Seth Rollins' back. Styles teases bringing some friends to SmackDown, and that's when Seth arrives. Seth and AJ argue. AJ claims that he'll win the Universal title at Money in the Bank. Vince then books AJ and Seth together in a tag team match. So that tag team match is AJ Styles and Seth Rollins versus Lashley and Baron Corbin. Rollins hits an enziguri in the super kick. AJ Styles accidentally hits Rollins with a phenomenal elbow, and then he leaves. Baron Corbin then pins Rollins with the end of days. So, of course, we get the same old WWE. Was it on purpose? Wasn't an accident? The two good guys can't get along. The Miz, he's waiting by Shane's dressing room for him to arrive. Sami Zayn comes out. He asks, what do we have to complain about? But then Braun Strowman arrives. He kicks Sami's ass, and then he throws him into a dumpster backstage. A garbage truck arrives and takes Sami Zayn away.
Mm-hmm.
The Lucha House Party, they go up against Joey, Johnny, and Jimmy, Boots and Tights. The Lucha House Party run wild. We get a Salida del Sol, a top rope elbow, and a shooting star press. And the Lucha House Party get the win. Natty and Naomi, they get a note to watch Lacey Evans' match tonight. Then we have Ricochet versus Robert Roode. Ricochet battles back and hits a moonsault press. He follows with strikes and then runs into a spine buster for a 2 count. They work up top. Ricochet knocks Roode off the top rope, and then he hits the 630 for the win. So, Miss Littlefoot, how does it feel to see the kid from Paducah, Kentucky, finally make it big on Monday Night Raw on WWE?
Yeah, it was lit because last weekend that was the biggest pop of the night. When it was because Raw was in Lexington the week before this past Monday, so when he came out and it was lit. But he's still a Louisville fan, so I can't be that happy. But it feels good.
How tight is that entrance in real life? The lasers and stuff.
It's kind of cool.
They announced that Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio for the United States title is official for Money in the Bank.
Boring.
Rey Mysterio and Dominic, they are walking and talking. when Ray tells Dominic to go grab something for him as Ray goes into his locker room. So Samoa Joe starts to stalk Dominic. And I just knew it was going to happen, Dee Dee. I just knew it. Joe meets with Dominic and says that Dominic tried to embarrass him last week. Joe yells at him and basically just shakes him up. He doesn't put him in a chokehold or beat him up or anything like that. He got off really easy.
Good. You got to protect the baby.
What do you mean good?
Dominic is a child. Just because he's 17 feet tall, it's a glandular issue.
A child?
He's 21.
I thought he was 12.
Wait.
Grew real fast or some shit.
He was 12 when
He's a whole ass adult. And he's
what?
twice the size
He
of
was
his
like
father.
12.
That's crazy.
He was 12 when Eddie and Ray were beefing over him.
Child, I don't know about no Dominic. All I know is he's twice the size of his dad. Shit,
What?
weird.
You don't remember Dominic? He had them frosted.
Yeah, he was a hot mess.
He looks good now. I'm on my go.
Oh, he's your age, right?
I'm 27.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell nobody. You go past 22. Get these young men. Scam them. That's what Joanne would want. No, but I still, how I feel about children. I don't want Dominic hurt. Not by Samoa Joseph. Let him ease into this. I don't know. Start with somebody else. Somebody who can't kill him,
Lacey Evans, she goes up against Jenny Boots and Tights. Naomi, Dana, Alexa, and Natalia are all at ringside per Lacey's request. Lacey controls the jobber with ease, and she finishes the Jenny Boots and Tights off with the women's right. Lacey says that she invited her guests so they could see a classy lady in action. She says if they win Money in the Bank and try to cash in on her, they will regret it. That's when Becky arrives and brawls with Lacey, and then Lacey escapes and runs away. Daniel Bryan cuts a promo on Kofi, promising to eliminate him to save WWE and humanity. The Viking Raiders, they faced off against Hawkins and Ryder. Ryder gets the tag and he hits a missile drop kick. Ivar gets dumped and Hawkins attacks until Eric cuts him off. Thor's hammer by the Viking Raiders finishes off Ryder, and the Viking Raiders get the win. I do not like these two dudes having belts. Ugh. They're losing.
Well, I'm sure it'll be over in a week or two. Calm down.
Yes. As soon as they make this match official for Money in the Bank.
You're so hateful. They haven't won anything in 7 years, and here you are mad at them. It's awful.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't feel the same way I felt about the B team when the B team got the titles.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the B team, they won some matches.
Yeah, they had a build up.
Yeah.
And we have seen them on TV. But so what? They have been losing for a decade and a half. Let them have their 3-week title run. Don't be hateful. Don't be hateful. It'll be over soon. This ain't Brock Lesnar we talking about. They're going to drop them titles just like Sasha Banks would.
Oh, God. We take a trip to Bray's Wacky Funhouse, and we find out that the Rambling Rabbit has died. Seth Rollins cuts a promo on AJ Styles, promising to break his face. Roman Reigns faces off against Drew McIntyre. McIntyre heads up top and flies into a Superman punch, and that only gets a 2 count. Drew McIntyre cuts off the spear, but Reigns hits it a second time, and then Shane McMahon runs in for the DQ. Shane and Elias, they beat down Roman until The Miz makes the save. Drew then lays out Roman with the Claymore. Shane runs and hides from The Miz. Charlie tries to interview Shane, but Shane heads to his limo where The Miz attacks him with the chair till Shane hits him with the low blow and he eventually escapes. I don't know where in the world Charlie had all them people on her ready, but man, she was right on the spot. I guess I'm the only one who saw that.
I guess so.
The Usos, they arrive and they mock the Revival. They put icy hot in their gear, and the poor Revival, their crotches are on fire. They pour water down their pants, and it only makes it worse. Vince McMahon is a cruel, cruel man.
Wait a minute. They put... What are they, 12?
Vince McMahon is a cruel, cruel man.
We know whose idea that was.
The Revival, if you did not know, turned down the contract, the new contract that they were offered, $500,000 apiece. They said, "No, we good."
What? Them niggas turned out $500,000?
Right.
Smoking crack.
Yep, they said, "Nah, we good." And so now,
$500,000 apiece. That's $1 million. Y'all some fucking dummies.
and then the last 2 weeks, you've seen them getting their back shaved and now icy hot down their pants.
Oh, well, they doing it. They could also say no. If you say no to $500,000, you say no to half anything.
But yeah, so
I mean, I guess that is a good question. If you tell me I gotta go out there and act like I got fired, like icy hot on my balls, and I tell you no, or alternatively I say sure, and then I go out and do whatever the fuck I want to, what do you really get to do to me?
Fire.
Like what's in the contract? Aren't you asking you put on lotion? Like what's in the contract? Like what are my consequences? Because what I'm not gonna do is scoop my ass across the ring like a fucking puppy. Because that's what I saw.
I mean, the thing is, you can say no to do it. You don't have to perform. But you're not going to go out there and just hijack the show and do whatever you want. That's not going to fly. And then that's also how you don't get booked for anything else. If you leave that company, no other company's going to deal with you because they can't trust you to be on TV and follow the script. Technically, that's part of the job. You can, tweak your own words and stuff like that, but you can't just go out there and do a whole completely different segment than what's already planned.
I'd have to call it audible. Like, yeah, I ain't scooting my booty across nobody's ring. I'm entirely too grown for that.
I think that was like an improv thing. I think
seem like they're a little too old too. Like,
But that's my point. That's my point. You don't have to go out there and do it. You can say you don't want to do it when they present you with the script. You can say I'm not doing this or I don't feel comfortable doing this, but they probably gonna snatch your ass off TV. Which if you turn down $500,000, your ass don't deserve it. Sit and cater until your contract run out. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't understand how you turn down $500,000. Oh, yeah. And y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all getting a raise.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
They could be Luke Harper. Luke Harper wanted to get out of his contract. They said no, and then they added 6 months onto it because he was injured.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing that might happen to Sasha? Because she's trying to get out of her contract. And Lord knows she's been injured. It could possibly happen. But
don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you read.
Okay, but hopefully she comes back somewhere.
She's not going to get out of her contract. She's not trying to get out of her contract. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, cool. Well, someone who is getting into his contract, I don't know how. Lars Sullivan, he faces off against No Way Jose. Lars destroys the conga line. He tosses Jose into the crowd. Jose tries to make the save. Of course he fails. Lars hits the running Liger bomb, destroying No Way Jose. So that makes it 4 people from SmackDown who appeared. So they've already overrun the 3 that Vince set as the wild card rule to start the show off with.
Oh, there are rules to this?
There's supposed to be rules to this. But Vince tries to say that Shane and Elias don't count because I don't know why.
Well, Shane wouldn't count because Shane is the authority, but why wouldn't Elias count?
I have a question. Back to the contracts thing.
Mhm.
Can somebody explain to me what's going on with Leo Rush?
I heard
Because
about
I'm not all the way
AppleCare.
hip.
I was told by AppleCare that he is a disrespectful little piece of shit in the back of the thing, and
In the
so
back of the thing.
in the back of the stage, and everybody hates him, and that people in the know who are of a darker persuasion have been like, are you good? You don't seem like you're good. And he was like, I'm not good because such and such. And they're like, well, you should manage your money better. And Leo's like, nope, that's lies. People just hate me and they try and get me out of the pain. That's what I heard from AppleCare. AppleCare's the interwebs.
I feel like that's attributed to he really didn't spend that much time in NXT. The time that he did spend in NXT, he wasn't really used to the fullest potential. Did he even spend time in NXT?
A little bit.
A little
He was
bit.
there for a little bit, but he wasn't. He didn't have no main story.
But then he made fun of that girl when she got released, and then they buried him.
Yes, he's been problematic for a while.
Yeah.
Who did he make fun of?
Oh, I can't remember now.
Was it the Australian girl?
Was it Emma?
Yeah, it might have been Emma. Yep.
Oh, girl. Okay.
No, but here's what's going on like currently. Okay, he's got a couple of issues. One, that like lastly t-shirt that they selling. He feel like because he came up with that he should be getting some of it. But you came up with the catchphrase that was a man's last name. Don't work that like that, homie.
Depends on who you ask.
And then secondly, they were giving him just some, if you're into sports, just some basic, rookie type things where, okay, Bobby Lashley was like carry his bags to the, from the car to the locker room or whatever and have water for him when he gets off comes off of the thing or whatever.
Hold the fuck on. You are a grown ass motherfucking man. I am not about to do this ain't no fraternity. I ain't no intern. I am a WWE
He didn't spend his
superstar.
time. He didn't spend his time in NXT. He's got to pay his dues somehow.
It doesn't matter about how I came in. First of all, WWE hired me. Bobby Lashley ain't hired me. You ain't my fucking boss. I feel like veterans sometimes in this business try to use that, you gotta pay your dues shit to get people into doing whatever they say. I get paid to come to work. I get paid to leave work. I can't get paid to do my job. That's the only things I get paid to do. I don't get paid. I'm not in the business of making sure a man drinks a gallon of water every day and he got Fiji waters on hand because he's thirsty. That's not what I'm in the business doing, and that's not paying no dues. Paying some dues is help setting up the ring when you ain't got no downtime. You don't got to go read over scripts or film a promo or whatever. Paying your dues is helping the lighting guy or helping somebody else perfect their craft to the best of the ability. Paying your dues is not running to fetch coffee for no motherfucking body or fetch water for nobody. That's too much. That's too much. So I feel that if that's why people are like he's an asshole, I feel that because I'd be an asshole too. I'm not your flunky in real life. I'm not your hype man if that's what they want. If that's what they was calling him on TV. I'm not that in real life. So don't treat me like. And I get it. Leo Rush is young. He's younger than me, I think. So, I mean, of course, he's a kid. But Paige probably wasn't fetching Natalia no water when she was 18 and she was WWE Divas champion.
But you never know.
Ain't no dudes.
I don't know, though. You never know. You never know.
I bet you she wasn't. I bet money on it. I put big money on it.
I would say probably that type of stuff would be less likely in the ladies' locker room than the guys' locker room.
It don't matter what it was. Ain't nobody. John Cena ain't telling, and Roman Reigns ain't telling somebody go fetch me some water, a cup of water. I know they not. Locker room leaders got more integrity than that, and I can tell you this: if you a stand up person in regular life, then people wouldn't feel the need to go out of their way for you without you telling them. You ain't about to boss me around. Nah, fuck that. I feel him on that. Fuck that. But if he's just an outright shitty person to people walking in the door, I feel what people are saying that he's a piece of shit. But if he's saying no to basically hazing, because that's what it is, then no, fuck you. I don't get paid enough. How much is his current contract?
He probably gets the $75,000 with the downside, like everybody
Fuck
else
no.
for the first year.
Fuck no. Hell to the no. $75,000 a year, and I got to put this man's heavy ass bags in. Shit, you got me fucked up. Do you want me to book your plane ticket and your hotel room too while we at it?
If you talk to Jim Cornette, that's what a manager's supposed to do.
Nigga, I'm your manager on TV.
I'm just
I'm
messing
not
with you.
your manager in real life. No, I'm dead serious. That's way out of pocket. I'm not doing that. If I signed a contract to WWE today and motherfucking Alicia Fox is in there talking about carry my bags, bitch, fuck you. I ain't doing shit.
You gonna have heat from the first second.
I don't care. Bitch didn't even have a t-shirt until 2 weeks ago. You talking about carry your bags to the car? Girl, please. Bobby Lashley just came back to the WWE. Talk about disrespect and having no respect. Bobby Lashley walked out of the WWE. And we just now see him 10 years later. You talking about I'm supposed to have more respect than you left this company. No.
As Booker T said, hopefully he gets his mind right and he can, figure it out.
I know. Whoever told him to manage his money better off a $75,000 a year contract is petty. Big petty.
I don't know what that means, but okay. I guess it's
$75 is not that much money, but it is. I mean, to some people, I guess.
I guess they're assuming that he's being what's he spending his money on?
I mean, shit, he was kind of icy at WrestleMania, so.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I don't know. And he got a baby, and he got a wife. I mean, she probably ain't doing shit. I don't know.
She not. Well, at least that's what the internet said. They said she traveled with him.
Yeah, she didn't leave his side at WrestleMania, so I believe it. They was attached at the hip, and didn't move. And if he moved, she moved with him. That type. So I believe that. But where the baby at? I'm asking a question. I'm not even bringing nobody's kids into it. I'm like, how do y'all just travel? And she traveling with him. They go city to city. Well, shit, he ain't doing no traveling now because, wow. So, where the baby at? Does baby travel too? I mean, I just know that costs money. If that's really what their life is, and that's the traveling life, you got to book a hotel. Hotels ain't cheap. You got to book plane tickets because all that shit ain't booked through the company. They book them shit themselves. That's why most of them is on the road, rental cars. They're not staying the night. They going straight to the next city. Because buy hotels every day, 3-4 days a week. Turn around. No, I wouldn't do that shit either. On a $75,000 contract? Oh, God. At least I'd say 20-30 of that is going to booking travel. So, yeah, he ain't making shit. And after taxes, oh yeah, my man's hit. I'd be talking about I'm broke too.
So we get to the main event of Monday Night Raw, where Kofi Kingston is defending his WWE Championship in a rematch against Daniel Bryan. Bryan gets the LeBell Lock. Kofi fights and makes the ropes. Bryan follows with kicks, attacking the arm, but Kofi fires back, and he follows up with the clothesline. The boom drop follows. Kofi looks for trouble in paradise, but Daniel Bryan cuts him off with a drop kick, and it's a German suplex for a 2 count. Daniel Bryan sets up for the Busaku knee, but he misses. Kofi hits the trouble in paradise and gets the pin, and Kofi Kingston retains the WWE Championship.
Kofi Kingston will not ever rest on his laurels. Kingston, man, tossed over the top rope, and he hit the floor hard. And this could be the opening Daniel Bryan needs.
Could be the beginning of the end for Kofi Kingston's WWE Championship reign.
See those wheels start to spin in the mind of Daniel Bryan.
We all know how dangerous Daniel Bryan can be. And he has Kofi Kingston hurt now. And drives into the post. Remember, though, champion's advantage. So Bryan's got to get Kofi back in the ring. He can only win the title via pinfall or submission.
That is one area where I don't think Daniel Bryan needs to be concerned. A veteran like himself who is so adept at bending the rules of his own volition. Daniel Bryan knows exactly what he's doing right now. He's going to maximize the damage he inflicts before the referee counts to 10.
Kofi driven shoulder first into the post, not once but twice. And now Daniel Bryan stalking the champion and a kick right to the arm.
Daniel Bryan looking for the takedown in the label lock.
And Kofi trying to fight back, and there it is. Now it's in, middle of the ring. Kingston with nowhere to go. Is he going to tap?
Kofi's fairy tale ends tonight.
Is Kofi going to tap out? He's trying desperately somehow to either break the hold or make it to the bottom rope.
Kingston fighting desperately. Daniel Bryan raking the face deeper into the...
And now Kingston still trying to make it to the bottom rope. The official in this championship match letting a low by as Kofi makes it to the bottom rope, and Bryan's got a break.
Kingston wants trouble in paradise.
Oh, and Daniel Bryan met him there.
Drop kicked out of midair.
And Bryan.
German suplex with a bridge.
Here's the
down.
shoulders down and a kick out at 2. Daniel Bryan believes he is seconds away from regaining the WWE Championship. Kofi ducked underneath. Kofi Kingston went for trouble in paradise. Bryan able to elude. Now trying to wrestle Kofi down middle of the ring yet again.
Daniel Bryan trying to force Kingston to the ground to lock in the label lock once more.
Kofi got him!
Right on the ear. Down goes Bryan.
Trouble in paradise. Hook of the leg for Kingston, and he retains.
Here's your winner, and still the WWE Champion, Kofi Kingston!
The magical ride of Kofi Kingston continues.
The dream lives on.
Yay!
Yay.
I'm like you every time he has one of these matches. I'm just be like, damn it, this is the night.
Yeah, does anybody cheeks clench up every time? Because, like, Tuesday, I was like, oh my God, I swear to God, if I'm in the room when he loses his championship, I'm going to have a mental breakdown.
It's like, damn it. That's like, man, I just know this is the night. Like, the night after WrestleMania where he had the match, I was like, man, Vince is really finna do this, huh? Finna take the belt off of him the next night, but luckily they was just playing with our emotions, Smokey. So, based on the ratings, this Monday Night Raw was up 4% from last week, but it was still the second lowest Raw ever in the history of Monday Night Raw. Slightly better than last week's all-time worst. That we found out that young Littlefoot attended in person. So sad.
Yeah.
Gosh. But,
Okay.
Yeah, but see, it's the thing, man. It's like they're not doing nothing different. They're not changing anything up.
Yeah, Raw sucks.
Yeah, they got all this time. They got all these people and don't know what to do with them. The most entertaining part of the whole night was when Lacey Evans beat up the jobber, and then Becky came in. She cut the promo, and then Becky came in there and interrupted her. That was the most interesting part of the whole night. Besides the main event. Main event was good. Well, the rest of that shit sucked. Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah, it smelled like straight BO in there, so I really my brain was fried. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I was so concerned of who in my section was smelling like that. I couldn't even focus on what was going on in the ring.
Good.
I was really trying to figure it out.
Well, Miss Didi Jonay, we'll turn it over to you for this week's edition of SmackDown.
All right.
Hey, I was there.
Yes, and since you were there, please feel free to interrupt at the end of every paragraph, because I'm trying to get through this little dumb shit.
Okay.
But maybe it was better in person. So it starts off with AJ. He arrives to kick off the show. He says he's missed SmackDown, but is back tonight due to the wild card rule. SmackDown is still the house that I built that he rents. Sami Zayn is alive and arrives. He doesn't want to be here on his day off, and runs down the Kentucky Hillbillies. He knew Styles would be here and has to call him out on his toxic ego. AJ makes fun of Sami smelling like garbage from Raw. Oh, yeah, they put him in the garbage truck. And then Kofi and Woods arrive. Anything to add? We can keep going. It's not that important. Kofi says they can't have a party without the New Day. He says AJ doesn't live in this house anymore, basically, and wonders why he is here. AJ says he'd come here and visit like Kofi did on Raw. Woods tells him to check himself before he wrecks himself. Kofi says AJ isn't the champ and asks what he wants. Sami interrupts and says Kofi better not offer him a title match. The people aren't happy for Kofi. If anyone deserves a shot, it's him. Him being Sami. Kofi also mocks him for smelling like hot garbage. Kofi then says he defended his title last night and proved he wasn't a fluke and is a fighting champion. He'll defend again tonight against either one of them and will remain the champion. Kevin Owens has a selfie promo where he says he isn't here because it's his birthday and he hates Kentucky. But eventually it's decided that Kofi will have a fight against AJ and Sami on tonight.
He did what everybody wants to do that has to work on their birthday. He just turned around and went the fuck back home.
As you do. You go to work, he be like, ooh, my stomach. Can't do it. Sickly.
He did it twice, too, because he did it in the dark match.
Oh yeah, you have to tell us about the dark match when we get to the end. Okay, Next is Andrade versus Mustafa Ali. Vega calls Andrade a thoroughbred and says he will win Money in the Bank in 2 weeks. Andrade grounds things. Ali fires up and gets slammed. Andrade goes up top, gets crotched. Ali follows him up and hits the Spanish Fly. Before we get into All Lives, it's just interesting to me that nobody actually wins with the pin after the Spanish Fly because it looks so amazing. But it's always like a transition move. It never actually goes to the 1, 2, 3. But anyway, Randy Orton attacks and there's a DQ. So that's what happened. And then Andrade attacks and Ali joins in. And then Orton lays him out with an RKO and then hits Andrade with one. Because, how they feel about the All Lives.
Always attacking the brown people.
I mean, it's just a coincidence, I'm sure. Couldn't mean anything else, right? Right. Did we care about the match in person? Were the fans behind it?
Fans were behind it. I was bummed because the person I was with really reminded me of how much Zelina looks like Aaliyah in person. It was really fucking me up. But
like the singer?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I have to look at
it was a pretty good match.
Good. Shane's there. He says he's there to address the SmackDown Tag Division, but first discusses Miz's attack on Raw. He says it's deplorable. That's their favorite word. And disgusting. But Miz failed, and he will beat him again at Money in the Bank. As for the SmackDown Tag titles, they're vacant because of Jeff Hardy's injury. So, what should he do? Who's worthy? Well, he knows. And the new tag champions are Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. The Usos arrive and are not fans of this decision. Shane's like, why is you here? And they say Reigns invited them to his yard anytime. Because remember, they're related, yeah. They worked too hard for Shane just to hand over the titles to someone and won a title match. Shane agrees and makes the match. So it went from him just giving them to Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan to between the Usos and those people having to win to earn these little titles.
But can I tell y'all, the confusion when the Usos came out was like, what the fuck? Like, they're on Raw. They're about to compete for the tag team titles. Doesn't make sense. We already know who's going to win.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Listen, I don't know what they're doing, and I get the feeling they don't really know what they're doing either.
No, you can tell.
Yeah. During the match, Jay tags in and the Usos look for the double ooze. Daniel Bryan makes the save, gets dumped outside. Eric Rowan gets dumped outside. But Eric Rowan cuts off the dash. There's a knee by Daniel Bryan, and back in the ring, Eric Rowan hits the cross slam for the win. So they are officially SmackDown Tag Team Champions. What is that noise?
It's me. I'm eating some food. I'm sorry.
Girl, put your thing on mute. I love a snack as much as the rest. You was giving all kind of ASMR, girl. All right. There's some more Bray's Wacky Funhouse. It's kind of creepy. I don't like it.
I don't
Shannon
like it either.
You don't? I don't like it. Good. Because it really could. It's like one step over from Mr. Rogers, but like very sinister. Like, have you ever read those articles about how like kids will be watching shit on YouTube and then like something will come on and be like, kill yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Put your head in the oven. It's very that. It's very like shit looks normal and then it goes way, way left.
I like that.
I could like it, but I don't like it. Like, it's a little too realistic. When did I cut myself? You ever find yourself with like a paper cut out of nowhere? I'm sorry, I digress.
All
Back
that
to things.
money.
I wish. Okay, so he announces that the winner of the Money in the Bank matches will do something, but Miz attacks him before he can finish his sentence. They brawl around ringside. Shane begs off, and the B team attacks the Miz to make the save. They used to ride with him. That's what happens when you treat people dirty on the way down. Miz fights them off and then gets laid out by Shane with a chair shot. Then Shane stands tall. Also, that's 5 people: AJ, Sammy, both them Usos, and the Miz, and not the 4 wild cards on the night. The Usos count as one person, so it's 4.
Don't be making excuses.
It's 4. They don't know who's who. So it's Jimmy J. It's one person. Identical. It's the same jeans. It's only one person.
Jay's the fine one.
They both fine. Who the one that got the gray and the beard? That's the one.
That's Naomi's husband.
That's the one who's the problem. The one with the gray and the beard. Ooh. Anyway.
You would really like Tama Tonga then. Let me send you a picture of him. Like,
no, I know exactly what he looks like.
Okay.
Listen, I don't like looking at things I can't have. So I've seen him.
He's married.
They all married. You know, the Samoans, they care about family. They get married.
Yeah,
they do that.
Yeah, I don't.
Listen, I didn't say nothing about the girl on the side. I just said that they get married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I don't have time to be the other one. Like,
that's the easiest job.
I don't want an easy job. I want to split these bills.
Hashtag 2019.
I don't need your first wife getting mad at me because I'm taking money out the pot. Like, come on.
Well, if she's mad, that's really ain't your business. So.
Well, no, I meant mad, like, and then comes at me with the knife. That's really what I meant.
Oh, she can't come at you with the knife if you're just minding your business. Like, because I didn't know about you. I'm sorry. I was minding my business. You
know these bitches don't care. You ain't never seen Maury. I digress. Brian tells Rowan that they are the Planet's tag team champions. They're like Captain Planet. But that they need to fix the belts. Oh, bitch, they about to be hemp again. That's going to be ugly. They run into Heavy Machinery and walk away. Okay, so Heavy Machinery and the Viking Raiders are 2 different people.
Yes, ma'am.
Or 4 different people, I should say. That's interesting.
I had no idea. I thought they was all the same people.
Same. That's interesting. Okay, cool. Anyway, so there's a tag team match. Carmella and Ember Moon versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Ember Moon runs wild and follows with a suplex. There's a springboard high cross that gets a 2. Sonya makes a save. Ember clears the ring and hits a suicide dive on Sonya, who saves Mandy. And then Mandy immediately hits her with the implant buster. She dropped her on her forehead, but she gets the win. Maybe I don't know what the implant buster is supposed to look like, but it looked like she dropped Ember on the roundest part of her forehead. So I was.
That's crazy. Cause you want to know what's crazy? Your rundown of that match was actually longer than the match. So
it was very short. I mean, but it felt like things happened. Have you ever seen them short matches where it's like, that's it? At least that one was like,
I can tell you, everybody in the crowd was like, that's it.
Oh, well, it looked better on TV. Paige arrived. Well, I guess. Maybe I'm just giving them too much. Paige arrives and announces Asuka and Kyrie versus Mandy and Sonya for next week. Be afraid. Be very afraid that Asuka's going to get buried again. Matt Hardy says Jeff had surgery and will be back and better than ever soon. I tell you, the crack has kept that man in great condition.
Oh my God.
Like, kept the bones loose and everything.
What did he injure? What happened?
He tore his knee up.
Like, tore it up, is it meniscus?
It's all three. It's everything.
Oh, he ain't coming back. Never mind.
9 months.
Yeah,
he's gonna come back. He's preserved. You don't understand what's in all those drugs that he had. His body.
No, he's coming back. I'm just saying it's gonna be a while.
Oh yeah, but he'll be back and looking the same as ever. Truth arrives. That would be of the R variety. And they talk about Lars Sullivan. Lars arrives and kicks their asses and then power bombs R-Truth through a table. Aleister Black cuts a weird promo. Hey, we already passed it, but when they play the Bray Mr. Rogers shit, how did the crowd react in the arena?
It was the same one from Monday, so
they didn't really pay attention to it?
No, I didn't. I was like, I already seen this one.
Okay,
but people get excited.
Wait a minute. So the one that they play on Monday and Tuesday are the same things?
Yeah, the rabbit dies.
Wow.
The buzzer eats the rabbit.
They didn't change it up even a little bit?
No, the same exact one.
That's fucked up.
Y'all didn't notice that?
I really haven't paid attention. I was like, that looks creepy, and I kind of turned my back.
Yeah, that was the same.
So lazy.
Same one. I guess they were like, maybe if you didn't see it yesterday, this is what you missed. But I don't even know what brand Bray is on. Is he on ours?
I don't think they know either, which might be why they keep repeating it.
Well, that was the first one that repeated.
Well, then why would any? Okay, never mind. That's above my pay grade. Okay, Aleister Black cut a promo. Did y'all care about that one in the arena?
Nope, couldn't even hear what he said.
Perfect. Okay, Kofi Kingston versus Sami Zayn and AJ Styles for the WWE title. Owens arrives and brawls with Woods. Remember, he left, but he came back to brawl with Woods and slams him into the steps. Sami hit the Blue Thunder Bomb on Kofi for 2. Sami hits it again and covers for 2. He hits it a third time and Kofi kicks out. There's a haluva kick that gets cut off via the Trouble in Paradise and Kofi retains.
Gotta thank the WildCard rule for bringing this match into existence. Zayn and Styles taking advantage of the rule and coming here to SmackDown tonight. Styles. Zayn set off at the top by AJ.
See AJ gingerly making his way back to his feet.
What a battle this has been, and now Styles right to the back of the neck of Kofi.
AJ Styles has temporarily disabled Sami Zayn and Kofi Kingston. Who's he going to target? Styles has taken enough of a beating on his own that he can't capitalize like he'd like to.
Remember that splash to the back that crumpled the knees of AJ Styles. Styles has fought through it.
AJ Styles still coming up a little lame here. He's fighting through the pain, but this is not the same AJ Styles.
On the middle rope, off the moonsault. Oh, he's got them both. Got them both hooked. Kofi.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Kofi answers.
Trouble in Paradise connected, but can Kingston... Oh, Kevin Owens again.
I thought Owens was good. Owens coming back after Xavier Woods in the midst of this title match.
Kevin Owens once again playing the New Day in the WWE Universe like a fiddle.
Xavier Woods has been through enough, my gosh.
Another Machiavellian plot by Kevin Owens.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's going to do it. Sami's going to steal it.
Sami Zayn. Blue Thunder Bomb. Kick out by Kofi. Kofi's still alive. Owens trying to prove here tonight that Kofi is not championship material. Has given Sami Zayn an incredible window here in the triple threat match. Thinking about a third Blue Thunder bomb, and he hit it.
Give him the title.
Kofi kicked out at 2.5.
How? Sami's beside himself, and with good reason. He delivered 3 picture-perfect Blue Thunder bombs. Sami Zayn should be WWE champion right now.
How much heart does Kofi
Well,
kick
wait a
in
minute.
half?
One more big move in his arsenal. Oh, the Tumbler Paradise.
Cover that man.
Covered by Kofi. Kofi retains.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE champion, Kofi Kingston.
Despite the attempts of Kevin Owens to hand the WWE Championship to his best friend, Sami Zayn, once again, it is Kofi Kingston who overcomes and is still, I said still, WWE Champion.
I just want you to know that it looks like Kevin and Sammy are best friends again.
I can tell you no.
Oh, you ruined everything.
Not based on that dark match.
Okay, so what happened on the dark match?
The dark match was a tag team match from hold on. Tag team match. Kofi and Xavier, Sammy and Kevin.
Ah, okay.
Kevin came out and left Sami Zayn by himself. So it was really a handicap match.
Well, maybe they are best friends, but he had to go to a birthday dinner that his wife was throwing. Maybe it's
No, he walked up to the ramp and he was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here," and like waved his hands. And then Sammy was like, "Kevin, where are you going? Kevin, Kevin." Yeah,
He just can't get it together, the Canadians.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Kofi obviously won. Kofi and Xavier won.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Dejanay, how'd you feel about your effort from SmackDown this week?
I mean, I've seen better. But it's also better than Raw, so there's that.
The bar is
Yeah, I don't
been
understand.
changed.
I don't understand why everybody keeps saying, "Oh, SmackDown's ratings are low." It's because their champion's black, and I'm like, well, they can't be lower than Raw's because Raw is not good.
Well, they tried to rob all the good people from SmackDown. The Road Dogg. They took all the good talkers off of SmackDown. Samoa Joe, AJ. But still, it still ended up somehow still being better than Raw. So they got something working over there.
I think that SmackDown was way better than last SmackDown. Last week's SmackDown.
Yeah, for sure. Last week in general just sucked all across the board for WWE. Apparently, what the WildCard thing is like Fox and all these people are like, yo, the ratings are sucking. You can't, we need the stars on the shows. We want the stars. Vince wants to try to keep the brands separate. So this was his compromise.
I mean, the brands separate are not an issue. It's just draft better people.
What they should do is unite some of these titles and just let the champions float back and forth. And then that would cure a lot of this.
But, I mean, then you'll just have champions from each brand, and then the champion switches brands every, it's just not consistent.
But see,
and I think the thing that they're looking for most is consistency, because that's what the fans are pissed about. There's no, everything's changing
you could build up longer stories and more consistent stories, though, if you had that, because then you could always, if you have one of these weaker pay-per-view months, you could always have that pay-per-view match be who gets the next title shot. You know what I'm saying? From one guy from Raw, one guy from whatever. And then, you could always make it a fresh match if you could let the champions go back and forth. Kind of like what they're trying to do with the women's tag team championships. But they don't have the workers with the belts, so they can't really do it the way that they thought they were going to when they had.
Well,
Sasha
they don't have
and
women's
Bayley.
tag team. They're just putting two bitches together and calling it a tag team. That's where they messed up. They should have developed. They should have done what they did for a Mae Young Classic. but for women's tag teams, and done a tournament, and then like had like Bailey and Sasha enter that, and the Iconics enter that, and instead of bringing it to a brand where you knew you didn't have, first of all, barely any of your women's roster competes for single, like in singles competition. So why would you bring 2 more women's belts when you don't have any women's tag teams? You don't even have a women's tag team division in NXT. It doesn't make sense.
They needed something else for the women to fight over because they were getting to the point where they were only concentrating on like 3 women at a time.
And now you were only focusing on like
you can get like
if you want to create a legitimate women's tag team division, you gotta have legit competition in that division. Like that's why the men's tag teams championships they went down the tube for a little bit because there weren't really qualified teams competing for them.
Yeah, that is true. Especially on Raw, they actually didn't have any tag teams on Raw until they did the Superstar Shakeup.
Exactly. Like I feel like the women's tag team title should have had because there's really dope women's tag teams on the indie circuit. Why couldn't you do a women's tag team classic or a tag team classic in general? You didn't even have to make a women's like you didn't have to call it specifically or just do the WWE tag team classic. You already do the Dusty Rhodes classic for men's talent in NXT, so why don't you do a women's one?
Well, questions we'll never know the answers to.
I don't think nobody thought of that. That's why you'll never know the answer.
Well, now it's time to talk about the best product that they produce week in and week out, and that's NXT. We start off with Bianca Belair versus Mia Yim. Bianca Belair blocks a sunset flip and tries to pin Mia with her hands on the ropes, but the referee catches her. Mia pulls Bianca down for a near fall, but Bianca gets back up and uses her hair instead of her hands on the ropes for leverage, and Bianca Belair gets the pin and the win.
Well, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Oh, I popped so huge for this when I realized what she did, how she won this. It's like, oh, that's creative as hell. Good stuff. This was a good match. Did you like the trash talking they were doing to each other?
I would really like to see Bianca Belair in a hair versus hair match.
What?
I think that would be a really creative match.
Oh, no.
I'm just serious. Because she used her hair a lot. It'd be a good match.
They showed some footage of earlier in the day where the War Raiders, they were ambushed by the Forgotten Sons at the Performance Center. And then another clip runs from the Performance Center where Shayna Baszler is leading a sparring session between Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. As they start to go at it, Io Shirai runs in and attacks Shayna, and the scuffle gets broken up by the other people in the Performance Center who were working out. I'm pretty sure this was a highlight for Miss Didi Jonay because Io was like, you right there, I see you. We ain't got to do all this talking. We don't need no referees. We can just do it right here.
Very I came to fight. I like it.
Raul Mendoza faces off against Riddick Moss. And Raul Mendoza, he gets the win with a twisting springboard splash. We have a video recap of Kushida's debut last week. And then we get an update that he'll be in action again next week. And now it's time for our main event. Adam Cole, baby, faces off against Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle he blocks the Panama City Destroyer. It leads to a series of counters. Adam Cole, he hits a super kick to the back of the head and the last shot, but Matt Riddle kicks out. Matt Riddle fights back with a go to sleep, a power bomb, and a pumping knee that sends Adam Cole to the floor. Roderick Strong arrives, and he comes out to help Adam Cole, but Matt Riddle delivers a PK to Roderick Strong. Inside, Matt Riddle flips back into the ring right into a super kick from Adam Cole, but it only gets a 2 count. Matt Riddle turns the kick out into the bro mission, and Adam Cole has to tap out, and Matt Riddle gets the win. After the match, Adam Cole and Roderick Strong get into it as Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly try to keep the peace. As Adam Cole walks off with Kyle, he says he's won big matches alone, but all his big losses involve Roddy. So the Undisputed Era's got some dissension. I thought they were going to beat up Roddy. I thought they all three were going to just jump him. But they held off. Miss DJ, Are you feeling Matt Riddle?
I am. He's all legs, though.
This was a good match.
It was great.
This was a good episode of NXT. It was fast.
Yeah, there was a lot of oh shit in that match. Like,
yeah, it was definitely worth checking out if you don't regularly watch NXT. The main event, really, really good, and the Bianca Belair, the pinning predicament, the combination, that was really good as well. So another week of WWE action in the books. Hopefully somebody comes up with something cool for Raw in the next couple of months. They just need to rethink their whole process and get that thing back up and running and worth watching. Because right now it is not worth watching.
All the cool people left the writing team.
Yeah. Well, if Vince wasn't such a hard ass and changed everything and made it difficult, they could probably keep some people.
Part of it.
It's not a job that you do for like 10 years. It's a job that you do for like 3. You get on, you get the experience, and then you get off.
Yeah.
Miss Didi, any odd news or history or anything you got for us this week?
I haven't looked up anything.
I'll tell you. Check out, if you do want to watch something that's kind of cool, that's got some wrestlers, some good independent wrestlers that you do know. Check out MLW on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Low Key wrestled Daga from Lucha Underground, Didi. Really good match. And then they've got Sami Callihan running around there. But the whole show basically circles around their heel manager, Selena De La Renta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, the leader of like all these heels, and she's like the main focus of the show. Is really pretty good. They got like some different promo styles and stuff like that. It's a really cool show. So
MLW still in Orlando, right?
They move it around. They tape it in New York the last few times that they've taped it.
I think it's because their WrestleMania week show?
Right, and then the next tapings will be in like Wisconsin, but I don't know. I guess they're based out of Orlando. I guess.
Yeah, they are based out in Orlando because I know MVP used to be on MLW.
Yeah. So, check that out. It's really cool. I don't get a chance to watch it as much as I like to, but this week I had some free time and was like, oh, you know what I'll do, and really enjoyed it. So. MLW Fusion comes on BN Sports if you have that on DirecTV.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't have a network.
Yeah, but it definitely comes on YouTube. Like it debuts on Saturday and then it comes out on Monday on YouTube. So check it out. So at this point, Miss Littlefoot, as our guest, we'll let you start off the shout outs and thank yous.
Shout out to Kofi, shout out to Xavier, shout out to everybody that met up with me during WrestleMania week, to buy merch and T-shirts even after the Wally Mania event was over. You guys have inspired me that maybe I should stop trapping T-shirts out of my hotel room and just suck it up and get a booth for the week at WrestleCon. So yeah, I might be doing that.
That's it?
That's all I got.
All right.
Dang, what am I supposed to do? Have like a long...
You're supposed to have a list.
That is a list. That was 4 people. Multiple. People know who they are.
All right. Miss Didi Jonet, your shout-outs and thank yous.
Shout out to Young Littlefoot. Shout out to you. Shout out to Greg and the baby. And I guess Sam and Jay and Tatiana, Janine. Shout out to... No, I'm not going to say shout out to Archie. But yeah, shout out to Archie. Maybe he'll be in the WWE in a few years.
I'm talking about the Royal Baby?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I mean, they already both. He already a quarter black. Why not get into wrestling? Just change the whole game up. Why not? So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to moms because Mother's Day is on Sunday. Are you prepared? Did you get your gifts? I didn't get mine. So yeah.
Nope.
Well, I guess this is the perfect time to let you guys know CSPN.us. Click on the tab that says keep our podcast free. Click on Amazon, buy your mom something for Mother's Day, and help the CSPN keep all our podcasts free. Thank you, Mr.
And you know, Amazon is helpful. You're welcome. Amazon is very helpful. They have a whole little thing, like if you want to buy homemade, if you want to buy jewelry, if you want to buy like skincare, if you want to buy cheap shit because you ain't got no money, no shade. It's hard out here. So they got you. You just got to go get it. And, you know, you got, 1-2 days? Hopefully you have Amazon Prime.
My mom was bougie, so she can be like, you got this from Amazon.
See, my mama bougie, but she don't really care as long as it look like it's fancy. So it's like, as long as it look like it's expensive, she don't really mind too much if it's Amazon.
I know, my mom sent me and my sister group text of a screenshot of a purse that she wanted, but no. I got you what you wanted for Christmas. Yeah. I'm going to get you what I want to get you this year for Mother's Day.
That's real too.
That's all, Miss Edie?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I'd like to thank Miss Littlefoot for joining us. I'd like to thank Miss Didi Jonet. Also give a shout out to Sam and Greg. Give a shout out to all the WrestleBays and all the members of the Glow. Be sure, my New Japan Wrestling fans, check out the latest episode, Cast a Strong Style. Me and Anwar, we reviewed the Wrestling Dantaku shows, and we also previewed the upcoming Best of the Super Juniors tournament. Also use the hashtag Cast a Strong Style while you're watching the Best of the Super Juniors tournament, which goes from May 13th through June 5th. Very good matches on the docket. It's going to be some 5-star matches, I promise. So check it out if you have New Japan World. Everybody who uses the hashtag WrassCast, SmackDown Matters, NXT Cast, thank you each and every week for interacting. We definitely appreciate it. You guys make Monday Night Raw much more tolerable because it hasn't been that great lately. But as always, the live tweet is always a lot of fun. So we definitely appreciate you guys being a part of the community. Check out the Patreon page. Listen to Miss Littlefoot's adventures, hanging out with Johnny Gargano, and how you got to see her up there in the front row celebrating his championship NXT win. You can find all about it. You listen to the Dark Match over on the Patreon page at patreon.com/CSPN Media. And on that note, this has been episode 236 of the WrassleCast. For Miss Didi Jonet and our guest, Young Littlefoot, I'm your host, Don De Laurenti.
Dang, y'all on 236 already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Thank you.
I feel like my first time here was like, it was a low number. I can't even remember what number.
Yeah, it's probably in the 40s or the 50s.
Yeah, that's wild. Congrats.
Thank you. On that note, please stay tuned for the parting promo.
Oh God, how I missed you SmackDown Live! Mr. McMahon instituted a wild card rule for Raw and SmackDown. So what that means is, if you're brave enough and fast enough, you could cross over to a rival brand. In fact, you could be one of the 4 superstars to crash a rival brand. So if that's the case, I sure as hell was going to be the first to do it. Because SmackDown Live is still the house that AJ Styles built.
I would rather be anywhere but here on my day off, surrounded by a bunch of Kentucky Fried hillbillies. But AJ, I knew you would pull a stunt like this, man. I knew, which is why I had to take advantage of the wild card rule and show up, because I knew if I didn't, no one would come out here and call you out on your toxic ego, which has spiraled out of control.
Now, you mean to tell me that y'all are going to come out here and have this party without inviting your boys, the New Day? I'm hurt. And AJ, look, please tell me you're not coming out here again talking about your architectural contributions to SmackDown Live again?
This is the house that AJ Styles built.
We get it. We get it, man. You like to say it. It's an amazing catchphrase, but here's the fact. You do not live here anymore. What are you doing here tonight?
Didn't I see you on Raw last night? So, I figured I'd come over here on SmackDown Live and return the favor.
And you came all the way over here to SmackDown Live, and here you stand in a SmackDown Live ring. And I came from just over there, and here I stand in that same SmackDown Live ring. So my question to you is, what do you want to do about it?
No. Stop this right now. Stop this right now. I can already see where this is going. Kofi, you're not about to stand here and offer AJ Styles a WWE Championship match tonight. Kofi, oh my God. Okay, listen to me. I love you. So I'm going to tell you the truth, since no one else will, including your best friend over here. Kofi, these people are not happy for you. You got a taste of their affection, and now you're caught up in the trap of constantly trying to please them, even at your own detriment, giving away championship matches when you don't need to. And let's be honest, if anybody around here deserves a WWE Championship match tonight, it's me.
Sam, look, you got me all wrong. I defended my title on Raw last night against Daniel Bryan to show Daniel Bryan and everybody that what happened at WrestleMania was not a fluke. You see, I consider myself to be a fighting champion. And being the fighting champion that I am, I want to put this title on the line here again tonight. Against either of you two. It's not going to matter which one of you it is, because the result is going to be the same. I will remain your WWE World Heavyweight Champion.